Hello, friends. You found the video directions for Module 17, Microsoft Excel, drop-down menus, and multiple tabs. We continue on with our conversation about how we can create spreadsheets that allow us to input data and minimize the probability of human error. Very similar to the GPA calculator, where I explained that if you have a space before or after your grade, or before or after the grade point equivalent of your grade, how sometimes that can throw off the spreadsheet from being able to tabulate things correctly because it's accounting for this space that doesn't necessarily fit into our equations. Drop-down menus, and I'll show you how to create these. Drop-down menus is something that we can add to our spreadsheet where, we are more or less clicking a specific value that has already been predetermined for us. And again, it minimizes the chance of a person who is entering information making a mistake. Also in this unit, we're going to look at how we connect information from one tab to the next. In previous lessons, you learned how to set up multiple tabs at the same time by connecting them and unconnecting them. Now what we're going to do is put information in one tab and have it be pulled into another tab. So to do this assignment, I need you to open up a fresh Excel workbook on your computer. There is no template in Schoology for this one because it would be 1,000 pictures and it would just be more confusing than anything else. So go ahead, open up a new Microsoft Excel spreadsheet and let's get cracking. Let's see, create. I got a new one and it opens it up on this screen. Move this bad boy over. All right, so we're going to begin down in the tabs of the document. Sheet 1, we're going to rename client contact information. And again, the background information for this module is that we're obviously tracking contact information, client contact information. Perhaps we're working for a company, got a variety of clients. We want to make sure we get all of their information in one spot so we can efficiently track their info. What is going on here? Microsoft Excel wants to access. Stop being annoying. All right, then we're going to add a new tab. I'm going to double click sheet 2 and we're going to call this workshop data. Take that space out, glorious. And we're actually going to begin working in the workshop data. So column A, row 1, cell A1, we're going to set our font to bold and type hours. Again, you can do that with Command B on the white keyboards or Control B on the black keyboards. We're going to skip cell A2. And then we're going to type in some numbers here. And again, we've already covered this. Spreadsheet's the greatest thing ever. We don't need to type a whole bunch of things, but we're going to create a series of numbers starting with blank down to 12. Then we're going to go over to cell B1, set our font to bold, so Command B or Control B. We're going to type in minutes. We're going to do the same thing, skip cell B2, and then we're going to go all the way down to 59. So type in 1 and 2, highlight cells, numbers 1 and 2, and just drag down to 59. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Oop, you know what? I made a mistake. Go ahead and click Command X or Control X, and then click cell B4. Then click Command V or Control B. We should begin with 00. You're going to see that 00 doesn't pop up. That's okay. We're going to go up to Format at the very top of the screen, outside of the window, and we're going to go to Custom. And where it says type, we're just going to put in 2 zeros and then click OK. There. Now we've got 00. In cell C1, set our font to bold. We're going to type in PM/AM. We're going to skip column D. In column E1, we're going to type in bold font, Minnesota cities. And we've got to add some information here. I do have a link in Schoology, link to Minnesota city names. This one's done from the University of Minnesota here. So we're going to take our cursor and highlight the city of Ada, and we're going to hold that, click, and drag all the way down. Make sure you're in the list. Make sure the city names are highlighting. Drag all the way down to the bottom. All right, so when you get down to the bottom, make sure you come back. So if you look here, close at the bottom of the page is highlighted. We don't want that. So we're going to scroll up to Zumbrota and make sure that's highlighted. Black keyboards, you're going to click Control. White keyboards, you're going to click Command, and we're going to hit Command C. So we're going to copy this list, go back to our spreadsheet. We're going to skip cell E2 and cell E3. Then we're going to hit Command V. You're going to see that all of the cities have popped up in this column. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Then we're going to skip. Oh, apparently we're not skipping anything. We're going to go to cell F1. F1, bold font, states. We're going to skip row 2, F2. We're going to go to F3. We're going to type in Minnesota. All right, so here is our workshop data. This information we're going to pull into the previous tab here for client contact information. Got to do a little setup here. Cell A1 in bold font, we're going to type in the company name. Doesn't fit. We should be able to go up between letters A and B on this line where the cursor changes over. If you double click it, it will allow you to auto fit the cell. In cell B1, bold font, we're going to type in the open hour. What hour of the day does it open? In cell C1, we're going to type in open minute with bold font. What is the minute of the hour that it opens? It doesn't fit. So again, between C and D, double click. Now it fits. In cell D1, bold font, PM, AM. Let's tighten that up. Perfect. Cell E1, bold font, close hour. What hour does it close? Cell F1. What do we got here? Bold font. Whoopsies. Undo. Bold font. Close hour. Let's go over to G. Bold font. PM. AM. Forgot to capitalize the M. PM. AM. H1. We've got in bold font phone number. Doesn't fit. Double click between H and I. Now it does. I1 in bold font, we'll do address. J1, bold font, city. K1, bold font, state. And then in L1 in bold font, we'll put in the zip code. All right. So we can go ahead and highlight row 1 from A1 to L1. We'll set that to center so it looks all fancy. We'll set the fill to yellow. Then we're going to click cell A1 and drag down to A32 just for this template here, A32. We'll set that to yellow as well. And then we're going to go cell A1, clicking down to L32. And we'll set the borders to all borders. All right, so now, how do we connect the workshop data so we can accurately keep the hour that it opens, the minute that it's open, if it's AM or PM, the city name, and the state. Ooh, I do need to point out, I skipped a step here. In cell C1 on the workshop data, we need to enter in PM. And in cell C4, I think I said C3 is PM, C4 is AM. All right, perfect. Now we go back. So we're going to click up here, column B, where it's with the letter at the top of the column. We're going to go up to data. I'm going to open this up a little bit more. Interestingly enough, it doesn't show up on the Microsoft version, so that's okay. So let's go up to the very top of the screen and make sure you see Excel right here. We're going to go up to the very top of the screen, click Data, drop-down menu, then we're going to find the word Validation. In this dialog box, right, the validation criteria says any value. We want to change that to a list. And now we got to tell it the source of information. Tell it the source of the information. We're going to look for this icon here with a blue box and a red arrow. We're going to click it. And now it's telling us to say, where in this workbook do you want us to find this information? Well, fantastic. We're going to go down to the workshop data, and we're looking for the hours. So we're going to click column A2 and drag down to cell A12. We want to make sure the first one is blank. When we have this information highlighted, we're going to click this icon right here with the red arrows. Now we know that the information on this list is going to be the workshop data, that's the name of this tab, and it's going to be this information right here, cells A2 to A14. We click OK. Now if we go in here, we can see that as we're adding clients' information to our contact list, we have all of the information right there. Again, this would minimize the chances of someone spelling 1 o'clock. This would minimize the chances of someone putting in an extra space. I also want to point out as to why we start with a blank space first in our list is because if we started at 1, there's no way you can change it, right? If we wanted to leave something blank, that's why we have this blank space here. That way it allows us to leave this info blank for whatever reason. We're going to do the same thing for column C. We're looking for the minutes now. So we're going to go up to data at the top. We're going to do advanced filter. I'm sorry, I said advanced filter. We're going to do validation. In the dialog box, we're going to set it to list. We're going to click this icon right here for the source. And then we're going to go to the workshop data, starting with cell B2, dragging down to B62. We click the OK icon right here. Right? For the minutes, we're pulling the workshop data cells B2 to B62. We click OK. And we've got it all set up. Now, the reason why we're doing the columns is, again, we want to make sure things are future-proof. Let's say you grow your business and we start adding more than, what would that be, 31 clients. Now you don't have to go back and change anything. And as long as you're not clicking down here, you don't know that it's already set up. Column D, we need to add PM or AM. So we're going to click column D, go up to data. You can see how this process is carrying out. We're going to go down to list. We're going to tell it the information that we want to pull it from. So we go to the workshop data, scroll up. Again, make sure we start with the blank one, cell C2, drag down to cell C4. We say that's the info we want, and we set it to OK. So now in here, we can say it opens PM or AM. We do the same thing for column E, data, validation, list. Tell it the info. Go back to the workshop data, close hour. Again, this would be cell A2 down to A14. We confirm, we say OK, we've got it. Close hour, cell F1 should be close minute. My apologies. A little tight there, so let's auto fit it. There we go. Column F, data, validation, list. We go in to our workshop data. We're on minutes here. B2. Down to B62. Confirm icon. Click OK. We got that. G. Highlight column G. Data validation. List. Locate. Again, make sure you click the blank space before confirming. All right. We're going to skip phone number. We're going to skip address. And we're going to go over to city. So column J. data, validation, change this to list, got to specify. Workshop data, starting with the blank, scroll all the way down. Okay, look at that. Excel even knew to slow down once we were getting to the bottom of the list. Confirm that's the info, say OK. And now as we're entering information, you can find the list, and you should actually be able to, if you click a letter, it will bring you to that part of the alphabet. Pretty sweet stuff here. Go ahead and click out of that and click escape. And finally, we do the last column here, column K, data, validation, change it to list, the location. Right now, we only have one state in there. This was actually a holdover project from a different class. We'll start with blank, and then we'll drag down to F3, confirm icon, click OK. Now we've got this information in here. Again, the reason why we do the entire column is because we would call this future proofing. We want to make sure that we could use our spreadsheet forever. What we could have done here for things like the cities and the states is that we could have set it to the entire column just in case a city's name changes or a new city gets added, or we start expanding into different states and we add the cities' names from those states. We could just add it to the list. But for all intents and purposes, you now kind of have an idea of how you could future-proof things by setting up your columns to go on forever. But again, the whole point of doing drop-down menus in a spreadsheet, again, is to minimize any sort of human error that can often happen when it comes to data entry. All right, when you're done with this, go ahead and click the save icon. We're going to label this one Module 17. Sorry, Microsoft Excel Module 17, and that's going to be drop-down menus and data tables. All right, go ahead and email that one to me. Should you have any questions while you're working, let me know. Otherwise, until next time, go Spartans.